Hello and welcome to the Bridge Gym. I'm Samantha and today I'm doing a video on introducing you to calisthenics. What is calisthenics? I hear you say. Well, calisthenics is resistance using your own body weight, or at least a minimal amount of equipment. What I like about calisthenics is that it focuses on what your body can do, the strength of your body, the flexibility, balance, rather than focusing on the image of what your body actually looks like, which I'm sure a lot of people are used to when you're, those images of the gym or the selfies or the this or the that, whereas calisthenics focuses on the actual strength and the extraordinary things that you can actually do with your body. You may have seen people either in parks or even in the gym doing pull-ups, muscle-ups, flag poles, just defying gravity with their own body. That is calisthenics. So today I'm going to be showing you or introducing you into the basic exercises which any hardcore calisthenic athlete will know or does, is get the basic exercises in order to be able to strengthen your body, create a foundation so that you're able to progress and move on to doing more advanced exercises, i.e. like actual pull-ups, muscle-ups, and flag poles, pistol squats. So today we are going to concentrate on doing 3 exercises, as I said. They are going to be a push-up, or if you call it a press-up, number 1. Number 2 is going to be a floor pull-up, and number 3 is going to be a bench dip. I don't have a bench, I'm going to be using my chair. So we want a flat surface where you can do your dips. So today, what calisthenics is really good for in terms of the body is to, basically everything. You're using the main focuses on the main muscle groups that we have in our body and strengthening them in order to, as I said, to progress. So what this does, it strengthens the body, it helps with flexibility, it helps with balance, it helps with your speed. Everything your body needs for to be fit, to be healthily fit, is based in calisthenics, and you don't need to use any weights, any pieces of equipment. As we're in lockdown and equipment is hard to get, if it still is now, then this is a great way of building muscle and losing weight using your own body. It's the best piece of equipment that you've got, and frankly the cheapest. Okay, so we're going to get to it and start with our first exercise, which is going to be a push-up. So, a push-up. I've got my mat here. For those of you we can start from the basics, which is doing a knee push-up. You're moving on to a full push-up. It's always best to get the basics of any exercise correct, technique correct, so that you are engaging the correct muscles that you need, the correct muscles that the exercise is targeted for. And also it will prevent injury later on, or injury while you're doing the exercise. So it's not about impressing anybody, it's about you, it's about your body, your exercises, your body, your amount of reps. Everything is to do with you. It's not a competition, we're not entering into a competition, we're learning the basic form. So, basic form of a a press-up. We are going to start with our elbows, our wrists, elbows and shoulders all in alignment, so all stacked under each other. Hands, fingers are going to be spread, so you want to make sure that your palm of your hand is firmly planted onto the floor. everything is in alignment. Our body, I'm going to go at an angle. Our body is also in alignment. It's very important. So what we're going to do, again, like I said, so place your hands, everything underneath one straight line. So we don't want our hands here, we don't want our hands here. We want one straight line going from the shoulders down to up from the shoulders all the way down to the wrists. Very important. And we want to make sure that our back is nice and neutral, so we want straight lines. Shh. See that? Nice and straight. So we're not here, we're not here. And we want to be able to keep this form throughout the complete exercise. We can do either knee press-ups or full press-ups. So a full press-up, we are on our toes. Our elbows, our wrists and elbows are stacked underneath our shoulders. Fingers are firmly planted, hands firmly planted to the floor. Coming up onto the toes, back is nice and neutral, shoulders are strong, abs are engaged. And we are coming down, touching the floor, push up. Fully extend those arms back into the starting position. We're going to max these out. Once we've done those, you're going to max out onto knee press-ups. So in this position, we're just going to drop the knees, still engaging that core, so you can still feel that your core is engaged, and we will start then doing knee press-ups. Keeping the shoulders nice and strong. This is building muscles in your arms, shoulders, keep going, keep pushing, and then relax. Go back into child pose, relax those shoulders. Now remember, this is to your max, your maximum strength and what you can do. Write it down. Second exercise, floor pull-ups. For this you'll need either a band, resistance band, or a towel will do. So I'm going to go ahead and use my resistance band. Any resistance band will do. It's not about the strength of the band, it's just about holding something in that position as if you are doing a pull-up. So we're working exactly the same muscles in order to build those up, build up a foundation, so that when we actually go on to do a pull-up, we know we've got that foundation and it will make it a lot easier for us to execute. Doesn't mean that you're not going to still be able to do, that you still wouldn't do an assisted pull-up, which these bands are very good for using. Usually I would use a green one. So what we're going to do is hold this first as if you are holding pull-up bar. Okay? So if you're holding a pull-up bar like so. So arms coming up, you're on the pull-up bar, gripping hold, and what we're going to do is keep that position while we're lying on the floor. So I'm going to make sure that I'm in a position where you can see me all the time. Grab a mat if you want to. If you want to. Okay, so I'm going to come right up against the door. And what we're going to do is, so we have like as if, oh, you can't even see. So arms up straight, like so, and we're pulling out. So this band is now our bar. And when we pull up, squeeze the shoulder blades. Bring that here and out. Squeeze. Lower. Lift. you want tension on the band, squeeze the shoulder blades and relax. Your legs are also coming up off of the floor. As if you were doing, if you know, a Superman or Superwoman, same exercise, lifting the arms and the legs off of the floor at the same time. Here, we're doing this motion. Excellent. And moving on to our last exercise, which is a bench dip. Like I said, I don't have a bench. Some of you may. If you don't have a bench, I'm using a chair. But the only difference, what's going to make the difference in your dips is the height of your chair or your bench that you're using. Of course, the higher up it is, the harder it is, because you have more range in your exercise when you're lowering the floor. But obviously we don't want, well, you can have full range the higher up the chair is. You can also start these exercises on the floor, like so. So here, palms facing forward, feet are still on the floor, like so. So your bum will tap the floor, like so. So that's the full range I get here when my arms are fully extended. I come down, up. So then to make it a little bit harder, if you're still using the floor, is to extend your legs. Because then your bum has a lot more, there's a lot more space in between your bum and the floor. Not that much, but there is. Then we're going to take it up higher. So now, between the bottom and the floor, there's a lot more space. So again, on your bench or your chair, palms are going to be facing forward, elbows are going to be tucked in, and we're going. So again, with this exercise, if your knees are at 90, then it's easier than if your legs are fully extended, because you're taking a lot more of the weight of your body. So that's how we do it. We don't need to use, so it's just as if you're using a dumbbell or a barbell, or using an actual weight and increasing that weight. You know, you can start off with 2 kg, increase to 3, 4, etc. With this, remember, we're just using our own body. That's the brilliant thing about having to use your own body weight. You can have a beginner exercise, intermediate and advanced. So beginner will start on the floor, intermediate will start on the bench. You can start on the bench with your knees, like so, at 90 and coming down. Fully extending the arms at the top. Or to make it a little bit harder, to go into advanced, then we're going to extend our legs. And now I'm using a lot more, I'm pretty much using all of my body. With benches, what we want to make sure is that our body stays nice and neutral to start with. We're coming down, obviously body's going to bend, but we're not using our body. This is me using my body to do the dips. This is me using triceps, which is the back of our arms. Bingo wings, a lot of people like to call it. I don't know why. Bingo wings. So when you say bingo, and then this all flaps all over the place, literally just thought of that now. Maybe, I don't know. But They're the three basic exercises, the foundation that you will need to, in order to be able to strengthen your body. So your shoulders, triceps, your core, your abdominal muscles with your core. So using your abdominal muscles, your six-pack front ones, or your stabilizers, and the ones, the ones behind that, the ones that are around your back, your glutes, everything. So when you're doing your pull-ups, you're pretty much using your whole body again. And what did we start with? Using your press-ups again in that stable position where all of your muscles are contracting and they all have to work together in order to be able to perform this exercise. So we have primary muscles that we're using, the ones that we're trying to focus on, or the ones we're trying to target. And then we have other muscles, the secondary muscles, which are there basically helping that other muscle which you're trying to target to perform and to strengthen that muscle. So they're helping. So we're not just using one muscle at a time. And I mean, come on, a lot of people don't have the time or the inclination to go into a gym, spend an hour, half an hour working on one muscle at a time. Doing a chest press because we want to work the chest, doing a bicep curl because we want to work the biceps, doing triceps, just targeting individual muscles. Whereas when you're doing calisthenics, you're working your whole body within one exercise, or at least focusing on, the major muscle groups within one exercise. Because those secondary muscles, for instance, I'm doing a bench dip here. If I'm doing the full range, then my abdominal muscles have to be engaged, my glutes have to be engaged, my legs have to be engaged, and my arms, my shoulders are all engaged. And what I'm working on is just dips, is focusing here, triceps. How amazing is that? So these exercises are really great for weight loss, really great for strengthening the body, really great for balance, because we're working on the core muscles which help us to balance, which hold up all of our body and help us to balance. We are working on flexibility. So I want you to try some of these exercises. So I'm just giving you an introduction today. Next week, I'm going to give you a routine. So next week, we're going to focus more on doing routines, putting these exercises together and making a routine. Firstly, I want you to focus on getting the technique right, getting your lines right, feeling comfortable in those positions, so that when you go to any classes or anything like that, someone says to you, right, we're going to do some press-ups. You know what you're doing. We're going to do some dips. You know what you're doing. You know which muscles you're working on. Mind muscle connection is very important, so that when you're doing those dips, you're working the backs of your arms. So if we're here and I'm doing this, and I'm not feeling anything in the back of my arm, because I know that's what I'm supposed to be working, and actually, do you know what, it's hurting all different other places, I know that my positioning is wrong. I know what I'm doing is wrong. I need to correct it. Because you're supposed to be working on the muscle that you're working on, that's where you should be feeling it. So in the backs of our arms. And again with the press-ups, it's all about the shoulders, shoulders, back, chest. And it depends actually where you're going to be positioning your hands as well. So the further out that your hands are, the way more you're working shoulders and chest. Closer in, you're incorporating triceps. So, hope you enjoyed the video that we've made for you today. So the day is an introduction. Next week we're going to be working. So let's get these 3 exercises. Know what they are, know the position they are, get comfortable in them, work out which ones you're going to be doing. Are you going to be doing full press-ups? Are you going to be doing half? Are you going to be alternating between the two? Because it's very easy to be fully extended, press up, drop the knees, continue, bring the knees back up, all in the exercise. So next week we're going to be focusing on the reps that we're going to be doing. So, and you're going to need a pen and paper so we can write down how many reps that we're going to do for each exercise. So next week, calisthenics routine, bring a bottle of water, bring a chair or a bench or some kind of flat surface you can do some dips on, which is pretty much about knee height or lower, and bring yourself a mat and of course a bottle of water. Well, most importantly, bring your beautiful selves. You go ahead and have a fantastic day or evening, weekend or week. This is me, Samantha, at Samswell 76 with the Bridge Gym, at the Bridge Gym. Like, follow, subscribe, comment, do all that jazz. Take care now.